produced in the cleanest and most hygienic, germ-free environment in Zambia, and that's just a fact. We at Natural Valley take pride in the quality of our product so that you can safely enjoy our mineral water, rich in minerals, to satisfy that thirst and revitalize your body. So grab a bottle of Manzi Valley mineral water now to beat that thirst with the cleanest bottled water in Zambia.
Welcome back, and you are joining us right here from Prism Africa. This is the Art Embodiment Show. Be sure to contact the lines on your screen if you want to be part of this show, and just tell your neighbor the poets are in the house and the rappers in the house. So come on, call upon your neighbors, come and listen to these great pieces that are coming here. Okay, so on my far right here, I'm going to introduce a few people. We have Mr. Kedri Kalyata. Let's just snap fingers for him. Okay, then we also have Mr. Boyd Piri. Let's snap fingers for him. Okay. Then over here, we've got Eric Proverbs. Okay, snap fingers for him. Then here we've got Mr. Biso Banda, aka Biso FF. Okay, and at my left here, we have the man himself, Mr. Vincent Awasimbi, aka VIP Revamps. Let's snap fingers for him. And then right there, we have Mr. Wukata Musonda, aka TGV, the glory vessel. Let's have fingers for him, guys. And right there we have the man himself, the tallest man in the house. Mr. Newton Bauer, aka Newt. Let's have fingers for him. And the last man of the house, his name is Ephraim Chewengoma, aka King Ephraim III. Okay, I don't know about King Ephraim, but I can't see the crown there, my guy, yet. Okay, so you are right on the Art Embodiment Show, and you can join us right here on YouTube. Just tune into Prism Africa YouTube, and you'll be part of this show. You can watch it live on YouTube. Okay, so welcome to the House of Poetry. Here we don't clap, we only. Okay, so our first poet for this evening is no other than the man himself. Is an author of a book called Yahweh Has Made Me New. So you'll be expectant to hear great stuff from him, like great messages from him. So please snap your fingers for Vincent Havasimbi, VIP Revamps. Okay.
I'll just go straight to the piece. I wasn't searching, but the moment that I met you, it turned out that you are everything that I was looking for. So as I start with my preamble, thank you for removing me from the mumbo jumbo. In a place where I was told that I'm not single and the highest peak of my mind was subliminal. I was adding to myself, thinking that I'm not complete, keeping everything in my mind before I regurgitate, for I used to imitate and never initiate. My life was so contaminated and I was waiting for someone to be liberated. So I developed my personality thinking that I'll live in reality, never knowing that I was creating a fantasy, simply because the normal was my insanity and the insanity was my normal. I was looking for you in the world because I didn't actually know that you are in me. I didn't realize that you are me and I am you. But the moment that I knew that you are in me and I in you, I realized that I don't have to do something bigger than myself because I don't exist to begin with. I'm not a man that lives in the universe. I'm the universe that lives in a man. I'm not a human being experiencing the consciousness. I'm the consciousness experiencing a human being. I'm not a student at the university. I'm a university in a student. And I'm not a gun. I'm not a bullet in a gun, but I'm a gun in a bullet. I live in moments and not in time, and my whole being has been metamorphosed. And for the sake of those who are religious, my heart, my mind are all eternal. And for the sake of clarity, I'll say Proverbs somewhere there, the book in the Bible, yeah, for the sake of those who are religious. And I don't think outside the box because I'm already out of the box. And I don't believe that there's light at the end of the tunnel because I believe that I am the light in the tunnel.
Whoa, perfect piece there, perfect piece there, perfect piece. I told you, this is VIP Revamps, and you're joining us right here at Prism Africa, and this is the Art Embodiment Show. You can be part of this show by contacting the line that is just coming right there on your screens, and you can watch us live on YouTube. Oh, sub fingers for Vincent again. And I think, Vincent, you should tell us what VIP stands for. VIP Revamps. Why VIP Revamps, my guy?
VIP is actually visible, invisible product.
Whoa! Perfect. He's an art. He's just a poet by birth. I think so. This guy. Okay. So next online right here is another bomb. Okay. And I think you're going to enjoy his piece. This guy is the perfect guy you ever hear. This is Ephraim Chewengoma, and he's calling himself King Ephraim. King Ephraim the what? The third. Okay, so come on, snap fingers for him. Okay, don't clap. I know you're clapping, but don't clap. Here we only snap fingers.
All right. So this piece is titled Self-Acceptance. Let me get straight to it. You called me many names, but I still don't change. I'm constantly reminded of how different I am by what rarely seem to be acts of kindness. I'm simply an outcast in your presence. I'm not the type that would always let a joke slide if it goes against what defines me, but since I have to bro it out, I would rather spend most of my nights having suicidal thoughts, isolated from you, even from me in this little circle. I'm a prisoner, which is quite odd because prisons have some rectangular square thing going on. You'd listen to me now because all these scars on my face have your attention. Even when I want to make sense verbally, you still decide to judge me at first glance. Pathetic. You have a selection of words that you taught them to address you by. You know how illiterate I am with words, so I probably most likely will never express myself freely. Even when I try, I can feel my voice crack beneath my throat. It's not my choice. I was created in a body with a fairly dark tone to its skin. Even when you sing, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. It's hard to embrace myself with all this body shaming going around. I always wished for perfection in your sight. With arms clearly too long for my body, I hardly spread them out to give comfort to those that needed me in the hard times. I always wished for perfection in your sight, but all that is the story of a past now. My self-esteem disappeared slowly like baby teeth. It all happened too quick to be understood. I can smile perfectly despite having these teeth that you're probably going to make fun of. I may leap and fail for you, but I'm as perfect as a diamond in the rough for the heart that's meant to love me. For a boy so young, I faced many impossibilities because of how I look, but I won't let the man I've become face the same impossibilities because I have accepted my flaws. I am flawless. I am a king. And I am me. And you are you not because of what I see, but because of who you are. We all are meant to be different, the same way eyebrows don't match. The ones that move a little slower when they walk, the ones that open mouths a little wider when they smile, and the ones that speak a little slower than usual when they talk. All possessing special kinds of humanity, moving from exceptions to acceptance of wounds within and scars that waged war. To my heart, its very core, there lies self-acceptance.
That was a dangerous piece, man. That was a dangerous piece. And that was King. Don't clap in the house of poetry and art, my guy. Okay, that was King Ephraim the Third, and I hope you enjoyed that piece right there. I told you this show is gonna be on point. I don't know, flawless, flow. Okay, but I was on the floor. That's and I wonder why King Ephraim the Third, man.
Ephraim the Third has a lot of history, but you know, I think of myself as royalty, so I'm a king, yeah.
Wow,
just don't see the crown.
I think he needs a crown. Okay.
Yeah, I need a crown.
Okay, so this is Art Embodiment Show, and you're joining us live from Prism Africa, and we told you this show is gonna be lit. If you see a friend who's got this talent of dance, poetry, rap, they can sing, they're perfect, just contact the line on your screen and you can be part of this show live right at our next show. So right up next, we have a special event. A special guest in the house, ladies and gentlemen. And this person is just so awesome because he's not doing a poem. Guess what he's doing? He's rapping. Okay, so let's snap fingers for the rapper, guys. This is Biso Banda, aka Biso FF, Biso Shanshan. Okay, something like that. Snap fingers for him, guys.
Yeah, as you know, he introduced me as a rapper, but to me, rap is just the same as poetry because there is poetry in it. I'm sure I understand. So I just buzz for the Lord today, you know. Yeah. Lyonse kukacha ninkhala nipembela Dear good Lord velani mwana wanu napita muvambili nenze chigavenga na futi kumusana Bati mwanichinja mwanionesa kuwala No wonder pali devil neo siniwala chifukwa mulimweo naonamo makala Yeah, just like that, you know.
Oh, perfect. That was Bissell. No, this guy next time, bro, we need a longer piece from you.
Oh yeah.
That was really perfect, man. Perfect. You know, so that was Bissell. And so imba rap imvela once. Okay, so right up next, I hope you're enjoying the show. And if you got a kid out there who is talented, this is the best place they can be. Let them tune into Prism Africa, and if they've missed the show, they are somewhere they're running away, let them catch it live on YouTube. This is the Art Embodiment Show. Right up next, I'm calling upon a great guy. This guy is just so awesome. Okay, let me call upon the fourth guy who's going to do a piece. This guy is awesome. His name's Eric Tobias Spiri, but you can call him T Proverbs. Come on, let's have fingers for him in the house. Poetry, art, yeah.
Let me go straight to my piece. Time for a season, not time for a reason. There'll be time when this time will be changed to time. Time that will measure time. Time that every man will repent from sin and say sorry to every mankind. There'll be time for a change, not time for revenge. For we believe revenge is for the Lord. There'll be time for the future, not forgetting the traditional Irish called Funsha. Because every time I ask my neighbor about God, he's telling me that Nusha. And sometimes I feel like giving up, but my heart is telling me that you're not a loser, Funsa. And now I got bad blood with a neighbor. Who's wrong? Who's right? Every Sunday with a bad heart. Who's black? Who's white? And I've learned every night sin is killing me slowly. No wonder I call upon you, Lord. I want to see you face to face. May you come and fill my space, because I'm giving you all my attention. May you make me to follow the right direction. Control me when I'm walking on the wrong direction. For you are the Lord of one nation. Oh yeah, I heard a song, Jesus is coming back. Is coming back, so we better believe in him. He loved us, so we better praise him. We thank God for giving us his blessing, because no matter how we sin, he always forgives us. Death was defeated, from the grave he was lifted. My God is the Lord who approved it.
Perfect. I told you this show is gonna be lit. You see, I told you this show is lit. That was T-Pro coming in with the best poetry in the house. There'll be time when this time will be changed to time, and time that will measure time, time that you watch Art Embodiment Show, and this is the time. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining us, this is the Art Embodiment Show right here at Prism Africa. And if you want to be part of this show, you can just contact the line on your screens. But let's get straight to right up next. We've got this is the tallest guy in the house. Okay, I know I'm tall, guys. I know I'm tall, but this guy gives me competition. Guys, let's snap our fingers for Newton Boa. Newt is his AKA.
So this is based on youth, kind of, yeah, okay. So you for youth, but when he blessed you with money, your earthly eyes opened when you should have paid a blind eye. See, youth these days are like water, and anything the world gives them, they let take in, instead of being water amidst a blue sky rather than living a blue life. See, youth these days are kind of puzzles. But babies in a world where we can't walk, but this is a journey of walking shoes, no flip-flops. Or let me say slides. Oh. Yeah. We have to be people who know and go after it, but also be hidden and conceited. We have to be kind. But youth these days only know on their only way to hide. See, Jesus stands past, stands ahead, stands omnipresent in every gap. I hope everyone knows. And that's the man we want to be like. He went through every journey just as God chose it. But youth these days always want yourself. Would you be like Jesus if you walked that was frozen? See, I'm not calling myself the greatest black rapper to ever. A little out of shape. I only have a God loves you too much. Same pace as him. He doesn't want you getting stuck, but it happens because we're human. But when it does happen, he doesn't want you pointing fingers at the devil. He wants his holy word to be your tow truck. Thank you.
Perfect. Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? That's great, man. That's great. That's great. That's great. So, okay, would you be like Jesus if you walked on water that was frozen? That was perfect. That was perfect. That was Newt giving you a dangerous piece, and I told you this show is gonna be lit. This is the best show you can ever attend. And if you know you got a talent out there, stop hiding it out, because this is the platform for you to bring it out, brother. Come on, don't just waste your time. Call the line on your screen. And this is the Art Embodiment Show. Right up next, okay, don't you guys miss Vincent? Don't you miss him? Like, don't you want him back, this guy? Yeah. Okay. So, the visible, invisible what?
Product.
The visible, invisible product revamps is what are going to give us another piece, yet another dangerous piece. I hope you enjoy this. Let's some fingers for him. Don't clap, please, don't clap. We're only doing this.
This piece that I'm about to share now, it's called Culture. Yes.
It's the VIP.
I made a certain day, like, man, where's your culture from? I told him, my culture is from heaven. Then he was like, so who is your king? I told him, Jesus. He was like, who is this same Jesus? Then I told him, let me give you a glimpse of who Jesus really is. Jesus is he that began before the beginning began, he that will never end even if end was to end. He who sets the end at the beginning, and his grace is remarkable, his mercies are immovable, his strength is impeachable, he is honorable, accountable, favorable, he is insatiable yet acknowledgeable, indefinable yet approachable, indescribable yet personal, he is beyond comprehension, further than imagination, consort to generation, and he is the king of every nation. Then I told him that my culture is from heaven, so I want everyone to sign in without Windows 7 because we are going to have a flight. So put on your seatbelt, but don't worry, we ain't going to Malaysia, but it will take us to greater heights. Culture is a very significant thing. Actually, it's needed by every human being. My culture says that I'm a king, and this is why I cling to the King of Kings. He who always wants us to put our faith into practice, correct our mistakes, and turn them into. His mercy is bigger than your mess. He turns great mess to greatness. He makes a bird, gave it a nest, put something in his chest, put it on earth, and gave it a breath. In my culture, there's no getting sick, but we are always fine, and we don't live like Rihanna. We are diamonds, so we shine. And in my culture, people are no longer lost in the bush like George. And my culture is composed of three things: love, peace, and joy. And it started with the first Adam, the one God made starting from the metatasos, tibia, fibula, patella, metacarpals. Then from there, he made ulna, scapula, femur, and radius. And he made a skull. To well program it, he puts a nucleus, which we now call a brain, which controls everything: the spinal cord, the blood vessels, and the veins. My culture is from heaven, so I want everyone to sign in without Windows 7 because we are going to have a flight. So put on your seatbelt, but don't worry, we ain't going to Malaysia, but it will take us to greater heights. Some of us, we still live in a culture where we feel too weak, like 14 days. Sin always penetrates our skin like the gamma rays, in a culture where the body is the boss over the spirit, in a culture where men are unconscious of time redeeming, in a culture where mediocrity is normal, in a culture where death is good and they believe it can be cleaned by Omo, in a culture where men pay 20,000, 40,000 to marry a woman when the Bible says she's priceless. In a culture where people would rather lose their virginity than their phones. There is only one true culture, which is the culture of heaven on earth, the one the devil tried to take and make it a myth. God believed in Chungumusuka because he is able. In the heavenly culture, we no longer go to the temple because we've been made Christ's temple. And if there's one thing that I like about this heavenly culture is that there are no qualifications. No qualifications at all. Let me give you a glimpse. From a great fisherman, he became the great fisher of man. That's Peter, right? From the great and ultimate killer, he became a great reviver. He came with a message of grace so that one day we could be part of thy holy place. That's Paul, right? Yeah. Having distorted a man, but he still became the deliverer of man. That's Moses, right? Yeah. Mary got married to a carpenter and later gave birth to Jesus the Redeemer. That's Joseph, right? Yeah. The guy who used to have girls on himself, but now he's taking them to Christ. He used to admire, but now he inspires. So he aspires what he inspires before it expires. For he was the Solomon, chaffing girls was a ritual, but now he feels like Samson. Even his hair is spiritual. That's me, right? So my culture is from heaven, so I want everyone to sign in without Windows 7 because we're going to have a flight. So put on your seatbelt, but don't worry, we ain't going to Malaysia, but it will take us to greater heights.
Whoa. I'm wordless. I'm wordless about this. I need to give you a handshake, bro. That was a great piece, guys, wasn't it? Okay. So put on your what was that again? Put on your seatbelt.
We ain't going to Malaysia.
But it will take us to greater heights. And that's what Art Embodiment Show is going to do. So put on your seatbelt. But we ain't going to Malaysia, but it's going to take us to greater heights. If you're just joining us, you're joining us right here at Prism Africa. And this is the Art Embodiment Show. And so if you want to be part of this show, you are a poet, you're a rapper, you can sing a cappella, you're a good talented person, just contact the numbers on your screen and you can catch us live right now on YouTube. Now, okay, but I still have to compliment, guys. These were good pieces, okay? But now we've got the finalizer, the last guy in the house. Let's not fingers pointing for him, you know? Yeah. Okay. In debate, who do you call the last guy? The summarizer. In debate, they call him
the chief whip.
the chief whip. I think I love that name. Okay, so we have the chief whip. Who is going to
Come on, man. Chief whip. Don't bite your tongue. Chief whip.
All right. It's the Art Embodiment Show. All right. So, guys, our last poet in the house today is a great guy. This guy is an amazing guy. I saw him last time. I was so amazed at his piece. Okay, this is no other than Bukata Musonda, TGV, the glory vessel. Come on, let's snap fingers for the guys.
We got this.
So let's get right into it. Identity. From the clothes we wear to the words we use. A generation where people pay attention to diversity, they lost sight of the fact that we are the same. Identity. It's through this identity that we view the world the way we do, at least the way you view yours. You're listening to me right now, trying to figure out if I'm worth your attention. You're wondering, is this guy yet another poet that's lost in the waves of life, or is he on to something? You're measuring me up to your stereotypical standards, wondering if I'm worth it. Well, what if your standards are flawed? Well, let's cut the cheap talk. Let me tell you who I am. I'm a poet that writes about relevant things. I understand that it's only relevant if it fits your description of relevance. I'm an open guy, a nice guy. Or am I? Maybe I've just studied the art of putting on masks and I'm putting on one right now. Come to think of it, we all are. We've been putting on masks all our lives. We think it's who we are. Life is nothing but a masquerade party. We choose to say things like we should think about the future, value our past, and stay true to who we are, when the now is all there is and we don't even know who we are. We choose to use labels like Christianity that define our behavior, so you know what to expect from me. We choose to talk about things like unity, but have you ever stopped to think that maybe it's the different things we choose to believe that keep separating us from each other? Cheating is at an all-time high. It's a defense mechanism. Everybody's doing it, and what's funny is the generation above us is completely clueless to us what's going down. Being vulnerable is now considered stupid. I mean, I know what it's like to put your heart out there and have it ripped out, but a person that's truly whole cannot be broken. Pretty dope, right? Pretty woke. I bet you could call me woke now, right? But please don't call me woke. Please don't call me woke. Because we have so many woke people alive these days. I think everybody should go back to sleep. Maybe then in the silence we will all choose to identify with the ignorance, but what do I know? I'm nothing but a piece of what really is. Beauty. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Beauty lies beyond every border. When I say border, I mean things. I don't mean things that separate land from another. I mean anything that separates human beings. You feel that, right? But please don't identify with it, because if you do, you will act from it. And once you do, you will begin to move with it. But once you find something new, the cycle will once again be at a starting point. So do me a favor. Next time you come across another human being, remember that the life in you is the life in them. That the thing that sourced them sourced you, that everything has one source. It's TGV.
Whoa. Guys, I really think this show should continue. I just don't want to end here. Your pieces, guys.
You know, I feel like saying something as well.
The debater wants to say something.
But you can go on.
No, I'm not trained. I'm not trained.
Okay, guys, it's the Art Embodiment Show, and if you're just tuning in, you're watching us live here at Prism Africa. You're joining us right here at Prism Africa, and this is the Art Embodiment Show. You can watch this show live on YouTube. Just type Prism Africa, and you will catch us right there. In fact, if you want to be part of this show, just contact the lines on your screen. It's the Art Embodiment Show. We hope you guys have enjoyed our pieces, but I think I should also say peace, guys. What do you think? Yeah. Okay, listen to this. Welcome to the 21st century. A world filled with youths. Yes, a world filled with youths with strength and power, but yet there's load shedding. Because most of us have lost the virgin power. Whoa, that's something. Come on. Should I continue? Yeah. Okay, no. You should catch us on the next show. You should catch us on the next show. This has been the Art Embodiment Show. We hope you guys have enjoyed our pieces. And for now, it's a great, good evening. Don't forget, stay responsible. You've got a gift in you. To everyone, a gift has been given. Stay responsible and use your gift. Don't head down to the ground. Let's clap fingers for the audience, guys. Yeah. Catch you next time, guys. Thank you. Signing out.